Hi, I'm the Wandering Newbie. It's time for more Record Keeper. Today, we have my long-awaited FF14 event, the Dragonsong War / Dreams of Ice. Mainly so that they could sneak one other Final Fantasy XIV fight in here so that they could have Shiva in here. Yeah, not a lot to talk about, really. That isn't going to be hooting and hollering about the whole time. We got 3 new characters in Alisei, Harshaphon, and Astidian. All of the elf race, so all ridiculously impossible names to pronounce if you just look at them. God, I love that animation. That animation continues to just be fantastic every time. So, really the rudest things that Ifrit will do, aside from the DPS check, which we are far and away geared up for, or experienced up for in this situation, is, well, I just did it, but he does have an AoE move that will stun your party. Ah, there it is. The nail. Now, if we were truly treating this like hard mode, we would ignore the nail, but, you know. You gotta show off all the cool animations. Who are the various characters? Well, Minfilia, you probably don't remember because she's not a fighter. She is like the treasurer of the team. Thancred is a bard / ninja. Ida is the monk. Alphanod. I love that that goes over the fucking UI. It's great. Alphanod is, of course, the know-it-all, the smart boy. And Ishtola is the healer. Yeah, she's the dispatch. That's a good way of putting it for Minfilia. Oh, all these characters are from 14. There you go. She still laughs. She's still just having a good time. So, Gerudo's fight is fairly straightforward until one important part of it. And that's when she spawns ads. As with, you know, many FF14 related fights, especially even their translation into Record Keeper, the boss will spawn ads. Sometimes you can ignore them. Sometimes you can't. Sometimes you must acknowledge the ads. This is one of the situations where you must acknowledge the ads. She will spawn 3, 4 over the course of it. 4, 5, 6. A number of razor plumes, and they do need to be exploded. And if not exploded, then they will explode, and then eventually you, yourself, will explode as a result. However, we may just DPS her down fast enough that we skip this phase entirely. Let's watch. We're keeping Alphanaut on standby, just in case. Ah, there we go. Feathers fall from the sky. Let's see how much health these things have. Perfect. So, mechanically, what occurs here, and is similar to the 14 equivalent, for every plume that you don't kill, the rock in the center gets damaged. And the more damage that the rock is, the more damage you take. So it behooves you to destroy the plume so that you don't damage. But these boss fights do not have a ton of health, so they kind of fall apart pretty easily. I might have actually just been able to rush her down and not even give a crap about the plume. So, fun fact for the people that don't play 14, there's actually a really cool storyline thing that happens during, one of the event updates. So the whole thing with primals is that they're summoned by the beast tribes in response to threats and things like that. The wills of people are pushed into the primals, and they exact those wills. There is a part where it's during Heavens where like some people are just like forcing the primals to summon just so they can kill them, and they do it with your boy Titan here, and initially your people are trying to stop them from summoning, and during a result of this cutscene, there's this one little kobold, very young, who is there with the parents because like the head kobold is trying to do some stuff. Fuck yeah, phase transitions. God, I'm so happy they learned how to do phase transitions. Eventually this young kobold's parents are killed, which causes it to go into a frenzy, which causes it to actually summon Titan all by itself. And then you have to do Duty Finder Titan. You have to do Duty Finder Hard Mode Titan, in which all of the text for Titan is changed, but only for the person who needs to do it for the quest. It's really good. Yeah, that's a big thing, is that the primals are never actually one-to-one equivalents to what they're actually trying to summon. They're generally just the wills of the people that summon them taken form. This is extremely important because that's the reason that Bahamut is such a fucker. Bahamut was a living thing. Bahamut wasn't just always a god. Bahamut existed. Like things like Titan and Garuda never really existed. They're just approximations that the beast tribes think existed. Bahamut existed. When Bahamut was killed, the dragons were taught how to summon, and they resummoned Bahamut, but what they summoned was not Bahamut. It was a being of pure anger. Then a Realm Reborn happened. Well, actually, a Realm Reborn happened because they caught Bahamut, put him in a box for like a couple years. Anyway, 14's got cool lore. Also, Titan's not too rough of a fight. He's just got that one DPS check, that's about it. All his damage is earth. There's that Heaven's Word boss music. Also, yeah, I brought Flare on Alphanod just to see how much damage I can get out of it. Not entirely accurate because he is an Arcanist, not a Black Mage. But it's alright. So this is the one annoying thing, and we'll see it right here with Lock. The body does not become untargetable, so that's a wasted move. Yeah, just pretend it's Death Flare. Oh man, that's his USB. Now it should be noted that the Wing does have lower defenses, but quite a beefy bit of health. So you don't want to wait too long, or else you get hit by that double peril move. But she is only an ultimate. So with proper preparation, proper debuffing, proper buffing, not terribly scary. That's for the later fights of this event. Yeah, just put a Y in there and make it flare. Then it works. Or if you're a red mage, Verflare. Make sure we get those debuffs up. Shiva is mixed damage, though it's very easy to tell what type of damage she will deal when in the later phases, because she will be visually switching between damage types. Though, I don't believe that begins until we get the ice soldiers to spawn. Now, I believe overall, Shiva might have lower than normal health for a ultimate double plus. Sorry, I had to remember what level of fight we were on. Ah, there we go. Now she is in magic phase. She has switched to the staff. Now I'm being a bit cautious because we do want to have people on stand. But yes, for the ice soldiers. Now she has switched back to neutral for the transition phase here. I'm going to just have Minfilia keep damaging them. And that is like point to point, sort of the animation that she gets in 14. She kind of does that like raise up into the air and grab the weapon out of nothing. Okay. Back to magic phase, and it's almost time. We have passed the ad phase. Shiva. The Shiva song was one that was kind of jarring the first time it showed up, but it grew on me over time. Yes, and now she does switch to Sword and Shield, which we may not see it. She may die first. In fact, she is very much going to die. Sword and Shield is actually her most dangerous phase in Record Keeper because she gets a 3,000% chance stun on the whole party that she can just whip out at any time. But yeah, it seems like they gave her a bit reduced health in order to make up for some other things. Just having a time with my good. Look at this animation. God, I can hear the voice clips in my head. Oh, this guy is extremely primal. He is the bug primal. He is the primal of battle. Lord of the Hive. Death to the song of ringing steel. Normally they are based off past summons. Ravana here was the first original boy they did. To very cool effect. Oh right, Good King Mugamog is technically the first one. Now, doing full mechanics here, he is currently in counter mode and will counter any physical attack. However, we are using all magic, so to hell with it. Now, eventually, I think we have to get him down to 35, or 35, 75. Yes, if you want to bring a physical team to Ravana, you bring a knight so that they can taunt. Yes, the other full-on original primal is Susanoo in Stormblood. Because, like, you know, Bismarck is a reference. You know, all that stuff. Yeah, a boss with tauntable attacks. What the? Nonsense. Fake. Lakshmi is not original. Lakshmi existed in 6. In US, referred to as Seraph. But that is Lakshmi. They just, for 14, they made her a bit more of a snake. Perish! Prelude to slaughter. I can hear the voice lines in my head. Which, by the way, if you're watching this on YouTube, you're watching it on stream, when we're done, you should really take a look at this fight with sound on, to hear Ravana's fucking voice lines. Because they are so extremely good. Feel my blades. Alright, so we're getting a bit of damage here. Also, yes, take wing, ye sons of war. Luckily, we have a Miracle Veil. Just lined up. Just ready to go. Fortunately, we're currently in DPS checkdown. You go, oh, that move's not doing too much damage, and then you realize that it's doing 800 damage each hit. And you're like, whoo, wait, that adds up. Moongana. Just having a time here. Listen to this waltz. Keep it going. Yo, if you haven't seen a damn thing against Ravana until you have seen Ravana's Enrage. Ravana's Enrage is a damn sight. Which, speaking of which, I need to get Sheep Song back up. Alright, so we have actually passed the DPS phase. He only does 2 phases of butterflies. Yeah, his enrage is instant 13 swords. Just out of fucking nowhere. Does a second transition attack. Prepare thyself. I'm going to be silent for a little bit, so enjoy. Alright, I'm back. Hi. You know, the one fucking time that Final Fantasy Record Keeper does pretty okay audio balance. Also, Swift Slaughter. Swift Slaughter. Krill, you get a little close there. Yeah, to be fair, Krill has a defense down on herself. Did I set this audio back to the right mix? Yep. Krill's frozen because she's in iced. She has boosted ice abilities for a period of time. Which lets her do stuff like this. I may have been holding back a bit so I could listen to the good music. But yes, the audio balance is a little wrong in the other direction for once this time, and the music's a little quiet. So again, as another recommendation, I suggest sitting down watching a good video of this fight and just taking in the stellar fucking song. Red Eye, if you're waiting for Rejoice in the Glory of Combat, that has already happened as the transition phrase. He didn't say it, but that's when he would have said it. Alright, we end the fight. We are done. Good day, sir. It was an honor fighting you. Oh, let me get a... Ooh, a little close there. Thou hast bested me. I can't actually do a good Ravana voice because they do this really crazy fucking filter that just... it sounds ridiculous. Alright, so last time I was very nice to Shiva here. And I let her do her things because, you know, I do like to give out strategies and what have you. But I do also like to show off the fights because Record Keeper does cool things with the fights. This time, not so much. Yeah, Krill in 14 also super dunks on Alphinaud all the time, so I love her immediately. Oh, not that one. There we go. Yeah, about halfway through Heavensward, Alphinaud gets dunked on screen a lot. But, like, Alphinaud isn't an idiot of a character. Like, not by any far reach of it. It's just characters like to dunk on him. Because he's a nerd. Yeah, he's just a bit naive. Which, speaking of which, him being a bit naive is actually a major plot point in 14. It's more that, due to being the, yeah, paying off already. Being the grandson of, like, the Grand Mage, pretty much, he thinks that he has a lot of weight on his shoulder, and he tries to act that out. He thinks that he has to do much in the world, and sometimes fucks it up. Also, yeah, the other funny thing is, so they want him to be a summoner, but because, like, summoning, like, actual summoning and the actual summoner mechanics for 14 are, like, most of the class mechanics are usually outside of the realm for main side characters. They can't have Alphinaud be a summoner. So instead, he just progressively summons more and more powerful carbuncles. He just, like, this is my Onyx carbuncle, and then this one's my Diamond carbuncle, and, like, each one is bigger than the previous one. It's a good running joke that nobody points out. Also, fight. The Dark Knight story is fantastic because it's literally Fight Club. Let's see these new aerial eggs. I just realized she drops a potion there. I've used it a lot of times. I just never noticed that she fucking drops the red potion. Also, yeah, like somebody points out in chat, a really nice thing that 14 actually does is the main character, the titular Warrior of Light, isn't just a dude. Like, you literally walk up and it's like, so what's your deal? I can see the past. What? I know everything you've done. I just can't control it. Warrior of Light definitely starts out not being a big deal. Like, your first 20 levels is like, you're a fucking errand boy. And it's just, eventually you are captured by Ifrit, and you aren't enthralled. You don't get thralled by Ifrit, and they're like, "Oh, yo, can people do that? Like, can they actually just not get thralled? Like, is that allowed? I don't know if that's allowed. Is he breaking the rules?" Yeah, you can resist primals. Oops, that means you're our only weapon against primals. Feel my blades. Take wing, you sons of war! God, I'm just thinking of the voice lines now. I would do Ravana for fun. I would do normal mode Ravana for fun back in the day, because it's a good ass fight. I'll lose myself in this song. Or is she like fast mixing? Is she like doing a fast mix and then tosses the ones aside? I don't know. There is something going on in that animation that's really good that I've never noticed before, like the last use. Pillars of Heaven doesn't stun you, which is surprising because it is a move that knocks you against the wall. And usually that's their modus operandi for moves that knock you back in 14 is that they stun you. I know, but like, it's definitely some fast mixing going on if like she is actually doing the deed there. So, if this doesn't kill, then Adia will kill. Damn. Well, I will leave this to Adia. God, just listen to that singing. There's some real, like, deep breath singing going on there. So that's it for the FF14 event. It's sad to see it go, because I know at least in the next 5-6 months we won't have another one. Either way, next time is Final Fantasy Tactics. So, I'll see you then.